Hello, everybody. It's that time of the week. It is your illustrious hosts, Dragon's Fury and Infernal Drake.
I'll be all been having a good week.
And if not, we hope this helps you. We have stuff. It is, when this comes out, it will have been the back end of me celebrating my birthday week. So, yay me. I am the big 3-2.
Another rotation around the sun.
Another rotation, and I survived it, even though this world's in shambles. And yeah, I've been doing a lot of fun stuff. We tried to do a live on my birthday. TikTok was being racist and said no. I kept getting kicked off of the platform and disconnected, so I was like,
To be fair, like,
all right.
the past couple of days, like TikTok, especially this weekend, TikTok has just been malfunctioning in various aspects.
Okay, well, not racism, just poor quality of upkeep. Fine.
Yes.
And so yeah, so we've stuff like that. Did some photo shoots, whatnot. Got more ideas and things coming. We uploaded another, post. It was another post of like all my Pikachus.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And
freaking Pikachu.
Yeah, all the Pikachus. It's the reason why I don't have space for like Pokemon space. It's because I have 40 Pikachus of different varieties, hats, balloons, accessories, the works. I believe I have almost all of them.
Pikachu.
Oh yeah, I almost have all of them. I think there's 41 types of Pikachus, and the one I'm missing is Professor Pikachu. But you have to do very specific thing to do that, and I have zero idea what it is, nor do I care enough to go look it up to try to do it. So it'll happen when it happens.
Well, it's a good thing I did not say go to the interwebs, because I know the answer to that.
I was like, yeah, no. It's I got him just doing what I do, just playing the game and whatnot. So it's been a fun time, love from all over, etc., etc. Yeah. So we're gonna try to keep a moderate happy episode. It's not going to be, but we'll try to balance it out. But
And why is that?
so the internet is doing the internet thing again, right? So
Okay.
I have curated my life to be in like a certain part of the internet where basically I don't get annoyed by the existence of things that exist, right? So
That's the internet.
right. And so I've just been happily on my side of TikTok and, the interwebs and, Yahoo stories and whatnot. So I'm just enjoying myself, which, let's be real, it has been a very solid time or whatnot. There's been a lot of videos I've been coming across of people just kind of like really showing support to other humans. And it's just so nice to just see. It's like, you just want the happiness because there's enough shenanigans going on as is. So, but stuff like that, like people who are like, oh, hey, they just wanted to come on and just be like, hey, I achieved this thing. I'm, super proud of myself. And then just a slew of people coming in to give the support for this person and just being like, yeah, that's great. Love that for you. Love that for everyone else that's here that loves that for you. Great. Love this. Said particular individual then proceeded to become the internet boyfriend for all melanated women. It is the greatest thing that I have seen happen in the span of a week and or more, and I've been here for it. Great stuff. Love the guy. He's in Canada, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah, he's in Canada. He's from Jamaica. So the whole combo is there. You got the island accent, and he's got the politeness of the Canadians. So yeah, there's a reason why he is the internet boyfriend.
Canada at some point.
And then there's like another one. There was like this one woman who was like coming on, and she was saying about she just wanted someone to be proud of her about outside of her immediate family because she's married, she has a kid, and she was like, they're great. They're just like, but you just kind of want more people, right? And I was like, that's reasonable. She defended her dissertation and succeeded, right? So she finished her doctorate. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure dissertation's for your doctorate.
I believe so, and if that is accurate, then congrats to them.
Right? So
Is
it's
that
just one of those
that's
things of like,
hard?
hot fucking damn, go you. I don't know who you are, but I am now your cousin in this scenario, and we are all happy for you. And again, just a slew of overwhelmingness of people just coming out and just genuine, yeah, we're just happy for you. That's great because, like you said, it's hard as shit, right? That's not one of these like, oh hey, I got a thing. But even if it was like something that's more easy, if you were struggling to do it and you achieved it and you are proud of yourself, we are now equally proud of you. Thank you, random citizen.
Thank
Situations.
you, Winston.
Yeah, exactly. It was like all the genuineness, and I was like, this is where I want to be. And I was happy here. Then
Just goes with the message: never give up.
yeah, never give up. And then my
And then we have
coworkers
help.
had to exist. So they
Wait,
brought
what?
up this.
What is
So my coworker brought up this question, right? That apparently is throwing the interwebs into chaos right now.
Okay.
And I could have done without this because it just shows that people will not understand the core of the question or that's how I see it. They don't understand the core of the question. Who am I? I'm just some guy who talks on.
I mean, that's
on a
normally how it goes.
And so the first thing on this section is whoever posed this question and put it out to the interwebs needs to be locked up because they definitely have an exponential amount of counts of inciting violence, like hands down. Like we can convict them hardcore, right? So if you do not know what the question is, the question is one gorilla versus 100 men. Who's taking it?
A single gorilla versus 100 men.
Yes. And I believe the beginning stipulation was that this is unarmed combat.
Okay.
That is it. I believe that was the original stipulation of the question when it was posed, right? There you go. What team you on? You team gorilla, team human?
I want to say Team Gorilla.
Okay, cool, right? So it should just end at that. Team gorilla, team humans. Team gorilla, team humans. No. It has turned into the most obnoxious back and forth of people being like, you're crazy to believe that 100 people are beating a gorilla, and then in the same vein on the other side of that coin, it was like, you're crazy to believe that, one gorilla is, beating 100 men, and then all of the stipulations start to roll in, right? So
I mean,
this
have
is,
they not seen a gorilla?
but again, it's so how I see these type of ambiguous questions are how you critically think, right? What's your point of reference? What is your knowledge base, right? What facts do you know in your experience of going through this life that applies to this question when you hear it in your mind? For example, some people will go towards the statistics of a gorilla, like how much weight they can throw around, what kind of force they can
they are.
Yeah, like, how quick are they? How are this or whatever? And then
just a good bitch slap from a gorilla, they're dead.
Right. And so it's like, and then you're like, oh, and then on the other side, you have people who are like, well, it's a numbers thing, right? And this is when all the stipulations come in, right? And this is why it annoys the living piss out of me, because this wasn't a part of the original question, at least as far as I understand it. And that everyone starts what they're thinking about, they start adding it in as if that's what the question asked, not in, okay, this is how I'm determining my answer. No. So it's like, one of them was, it's like, oh, you mean to tell me that 100, average build, 200 something pound men can't take a gorilla? I was like, that's not what the question was. It was just gorilla, 100 men. you guys are adding all these stipulations. And then it's like, oh, you have all these people, and then like came up in the argument. It was like, oh, humans have all these martial arts, you know, all of these, you know, fighting skills or whatever. And it's like, okay, cool, but again, that wasn't the question. People are arguing about the like a time limit. Like, it was like, oh, you have this amount of time. They would wear them down. They have more stamina overall. Blah blah blah. And I was just like, this isn't the question. Like that.
Yeah, they're just adding more that was never actually asked.
It was never asked there, and this is how you know that the person who posed this was just trying to incite violence. It's the same like doors or wheels. Which ones are the more of? No one's going to fucking know.
Doors or wheels?
Yeah, which one's there more in the world? Is there more doors or are there more wheels? Oof. It's a thought experiment. It's just to get your mind going. It's to critically think about things. It's to look at the world in a different light of something that you normally wouldn't do. Yes, you actively kind of just passively understand. It was like, hey, you know, in that discussion it comes up, it was like, hey, okay, well, you have like cars, and like cars have 4 doors, and like, you know, on average, you know, you have 4 wheels, and then you have like the spare wheel, so that's an average of 5. It's like all of the thinking and the in-depth and the mathematics that people try to apply to it to give what they believe to be the answer. There's no necessarily right or wrong answer until you start putting in stipulations, and that's where I find the issue with it. The discourse that's come of this is that it's not about defending what you believe. Yeah, what you believe is the thing. Of what it is would be like, oh, okay, I think it's humans because of, you know, this, like this, blah blah blah, and then it comes up as like, it's if 100 coordinated people, cool. Do you believe that you can get 100 coordinated people? I sure as hell don't. But that's your experience.
Maybe at most 10, but once you get past 10, that's when it starts going downhill.
Right, and then it's like, what is it? Other people were like, were putting in the argument of like, oh, it's to the death, so like they don't have a choice. They're going to work together. And I was like, that is a great point. But that also means that this animal is now in a desperate situation, which makes them more dangerous.
That also means this animal is like, we can go with the mentality that's like, oh, like the gorilla is bloodthirsty. Yeah, no one's gonna, like, he's literally going to one punch everyone.
And it's like, what was another one? It was like, and they're like, oh, well, like, obviously it's going to be like the first wave of people are going to see whatever. I was like, but see, again, I understand that's how you're thinking. You're thinking that, oh, there's going to be like this coordination, whatever. For me, when I get posed these questions, I think the most vague and balanced version of it, which is a random gorilla is now in place, in a place against 100 random dudes. Do I believe that those random dudes are going to be able to fight and beat this random gorilla? For me, the answer is no, due to a lot of the arguments of what people are posing that they would succeed. I don't believe they would succeed at that, but that's just me. And I'm just tired of this because now that, you know, it's been talked about and Big Brother was listening, that's all I'm seeing right now because it thinks that's what I want. I don't. I find it annoying.
Yeah, Big Brother is showing discourse.
I was like, can we? Where's the fun, like, thought questions? Where's like the fun, like, crazy questions of like stuff? It was like, of like
the days of just would you rather.
But like sensible would you rather, so, like really thought provoking ones. It was like, it was like
not the really stupid ones.
And I don't know. I just it was just one of those like, really, can we just not? can we just not? But that is.
I mean, the people that ask those kind of questions, like, they were just bored and they're just like, I wonder what I can do with this.
Which I'm totally down for starting some chaos. Just leave me out of it. If it's not my brand of chaos, I don't want to deal with it. This is not my brand of chaos. My brand of chaos is, hey, let's add a character to a video game that has no business being in there, and we're gonna make them fit. And then we're just gonna watch everything break. Like Oblivion Remastered. That is the kind of chaos that I'm here for. The amount of people
so
thirsting over a fire elemental's posterior is wild.
I know, yeah, I know. People love the Flame Atronach. They
I
love them in Skyrim, and it's like in the Oblivion remake. Man, did they really update?
Now, I understand. We got it. We got our lovers of all various body types, but I would like someone who has been studying the social norms and tendencies and trends to answer the question for me. Why are asses in season right now? I just want to know. There's just been a lot of it, and I would like to know, because I would... Is it like a cycle thing? Like, is ass in season when, like, boobs are on the downturn? Like, is this the time to buy boob stock? And then, like, it'll come back up, and then, you know, you buy in, you know, ass stock later? Like, I'm just trying to figure out when I will have what I like again. When's the booba back in season?
Summer.
Is it summer? I don't know, because I've been seeing trends of like it's time for the dresses to come out again. You know, the sundresses. It's like those accentuate the, you know, the asses and not so much of the booba. They keep trying to contain them. It's like, I don't know. That's just me. So if anyone has that answer, please let me know. I would also like to know what kind of research you've done on this topic. If you
are a seasonal researcher on this topic, please let us know in the comments.
Please,
Dragon really needs his answers.
I need to know. Because I just wanna get back in booba season. And I want to know if I have to, like, grieve. Like, will booba season not come back around for a while? Is it like, you know, Harvest Moons? Like, it's every so many rotations? Like, do I have to, like, have kind of a booba season before I get, like, a full one? It's like, I don't know. I'm just trying to understand what happened. Yeah. It's a weird place to be on the internet right now.
I mean, when is it not a weird place to be on the internet?
You're right, and it's always a weird place to be. And this is also why I believe that AI will never actually like hit that point of like Terminator, because it's going to be so embarrassed to even talk to the human race, because it's going to be like, hey, you have like this whole dissertation about why the human race shouldn't be around anymore, and all of your references and examples is of depravity and just goonhood. So do you really want to say that out loud? I don't know. I if I was making a declaration, I definitely would leave that out of the speech. So, and at that point, you might as well just let him self-destruct. So, who?
That or just going to speed AI up to taking out humanity faster.
Who knows? And yeah, so that was like that. Switching gears, but still ranting. How upset were you about the Gundam skins for Overwatch that I sent you?
I mean, I was mad because Overwatch is doing that, and I'm just like, you're not getting me back. It's like, because I love Gundam, and Gundam Wing was awesome. And God, the fact that they gave Reaper, literally the Reaper Gundam, and Mercy Wing Gundam Zero, I'm just like, fuck y'all.
They knew what they were doing. I just wanted, because this feeling you're feeling, this is the feeling that I could imagine is what was happening with me every time you gave me a good armor set that was actually unique and new in D2, and I was like, I'm not coming back. I'm not doing it. Fuck him. I'm not doing it.
I know, right? It's just like, fuck.
Funny enough, my brother has gone back to Destiny, because of my nephews. So because my nephews started getting into it, which
Interesting.
so this is D2 for like from my perspective is in this very interesting place, right? D2 seems to still be running because all of the new people who have joined in had like I feel like there was like this shift, right? So all the old vets of D2 or like the casual in between players have switched to Warframe, I feel like. And
I
all of the
noticed that.
old Warframe vets that kind of like got I wouldn't say bored, but kind of like, oh, I want something that's not as, cumbersome and as involved or whatever. They want to kind of like dial it back in their retirement. So they went to D2. And because they weren't there for the beginning of either of these, they don't know what they're necessarily missing. And they don't know what was, right? So in Destiny's case, you don't realize how much of a shit show this game has turned into because you weren't there to watch it all be undone and unraveled and lose interest and cause people to lose interest. It's just the game. Now, coming into it with
and
that
also
mindset,
losing a bunch of story aspects because like D2 doesn't have the Red War, it doesn't have a lot of the beginning DLCs.
right now, going into that without that knowledge or whatever, it's a solid game still. But because we know there's so much missing that has been taken and we were there during the process of being taken and not in the fun way like the Taken King, ugh, right? And same thing with Fortnite. Fortnite has hit this spot where it's not what we used to play, right? It's not what I was, platinum ranked in when I was still, playing ranked. It wasn't... It's not the game that kept the pros and casual in this pretty solid balance. It's just become this kind of, like, meme for all. Of, like, okay, whatever's trending is what's in Fortnite.
They were basically trying to... I feel like they have basically turned Fortnite into like Roblox for the most part.
Yeah, no, that's what's happened. It's turned into Roblox, but Roblox still has its community of because that's geared for more the younger ones, and it's basically like Roblox is like elementary school and like early middle school, and then once you pass that, you go into high school, late middle school, early high school is like the version of going into Fortnite. That's how I imagine like that play out goes. It's like you're young, you play this game, then you graduate and you go and play this game. It's the same damn thing, but it's for a more mature audience. You feel like a big boy playing it, right? So it's very interesting of the state of like a lot of these games. Like I don't know how anyone's still playing like Overwatch, especially with the whole hype of Marvel Rivals, which Marvel Rivals is also just kind of in this weird space. Because to me, Marvel Rivals is the rebound girl.
In a way, yes.
Everyone broke up with Overwatch, but still wanted Overwatch, and then Marvel Rivals comes over, and it was like, it's not the sister, but it might be the cousin. And so, like, now you go date, for all intents and purposes, the hot cousin. Same familial trait habits. Like, I think Marvel Rivals is going to suffer the same fate as what happened with Overwatch, in, like, our opinion of why we stopped playing the game? No.
Potentially.
But it is still on the books. It's still very much there if they do not cut out their niche to be unique to them and not that style game.
Rivals, because do you know about the current drama that's going on Marvel Rivals?
The skin one or the balancing?
I'll go with the balancing first, but what was the skin one you've heard?
So the skin one is that it's like getting people riled up because all of the females are like super revealing and everyone's like getting up in arms about that, not realizing that like there's male skins that are also super revealing. And so it's just
like Black Panther has one where you literally is wearing like a loincloth.
Yeah, loincloths, bulges everywhere. Venom's
Yeah,
literally shaking ass. Like, it's...
I am so mad I didn't get that emote.
There's a statement.
Just because like I started playing Venom, I'm just like, damn, he's actually fun, and it's like, then I learned about the emote like literally a day before now technically I could get the emote, but it's going to cost money. I'm just like, nah.
Nah.
But just because I feel like it'd be hilarious, just like hanking while doing that, just it's disrespectful, yes. But
Absolutely.
but to be fair, like I mainly play like strategists, which are the healers, and pretty much I'll mainly play strategists or I'll play the Vanguard, which is the tanks. Um, but the main Discord going on right now is due to one like I guess really popular or really good Marvel Rivals player. I forget his name, but he was saying that strategist is the easiest role to play, and like the dude plays Spider-Man, who like that role is already under criticism just because of how like technically like one they're just an annoyed. Think of Genji.
Gingu.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm not gonna do a long-winded thing. I'm just gonna like think of Genji. Like literally, they're always asking for heals. They're wondering why they don't have a freaking butt plug of a healer constantly in their ass. And they're like, "Why am I dying? Oh, I'm sorry. You kind of jumped into the freaking entire team, and I'm all the way back here."
So did the strike actually happen? Was that a real thing? Was
Yes,
like
yes.
okay.
Like literally, there were no strategists being played. Like there were no healers, and I'm just like, now don't get me wrong. I still played healer every once in a while if a mission required it, but otherwise I'm just like, no, I'm like, yeah, no, fuck all you.
Right. Okay.
Like,
So
I just went back to my tank. Like I literally played tank or healer.
this is oh my god. So this would have been so funny to do during our live show if like it was our like if it happened around the time that we were doing that show, right? Because there is this weird I don't know where this idea of entitlement came from of people who don't play. So it's an issue with tanks and it's an issue with like basically the damage types of not realizing that they are a problem of why any kind of team style game, because it happens in MOBAs too, or well, I would put it in FPS as well. I would, because it happens in Apex where people, like you say, it may be. I agree with him that healing and being support fundamentally is the easiest role to play. I do believe that, and that's coming as a like a true to heart with a little bit, cynicism support type. I have more of a, kind of like that weird, cynical style of doing it, but for the most part I support, right? And it's like, why would you not position yourself better? Positioning is always an issue, right? And the main culprits are usually the DPS, right? Yep. The tanks are tank players are oblivious to what's happening around them, in my opinion.
Depends on the tank. Well, at least with Marvel Rivals, the tanks that I've encountered, like they are always aware of what's going on, and to be fair, like most of the time, the people saving me when I'm a strategist are the tanks.
Well, right, they said of the problem people, because there's only 3 rows, so it's 1, 2, and 3. So 1 is the main DPS issue causers is DPS. Tanks are the other ones. Now, I'm not saying the support types are innocent either. I think there's internal conflict.
Don't make us mad, otherwise you ain't no heal.
Right, so it's a real thing of like, I don't know where this whole sense of superiority came from, because it's like without heals you do not survive, but also there is no surviving if all of the enemies aren't taking damage, right? And then there's no damage being dealt if there's no one protecting the damage dealers, right? There is an equal triangle.
People fail to realize that it's a freaking team game, you need to keep your supports alive to keep you alive.
And keeping you alive keeps your supports alive. It's a cycle.
Yeah, people fail to realize that. Like I said, like you have people like I understand like the goals of people like Spider-Man or freaking Iron Fist. Literally, like I'm so glad him and Spider-Man getting freaking nerfed in the next patch. Like I'm just like fuck both of you, just because they're one very mobile, two they will get in your face. Like it's like one moment they're not there, next moment, hey, how's it going?
Right.
But yeah, no, it's like the amount of times like they'll jump into the back line, try to 1v5 or 6. I forget how many players are actually on the team, and literally are wondering why they're dying. I'm just like, because you went by yourself.
You're by yourself.
And it's like, and also it's like, while you guys went to their back line, their front line went to our back line.
Yeah.
So we're trying to deal with their friggin' Spider-Man and Iron Fist.
And my gripe with a lot of, like, or at least ones I've been coming into, right? Support. To all my fellow supports out there. Just because you can play support doesn't mean you are support. It is two different things. You need the mindset of a support player to play support efficiently. If you do not have the mindset, which is you gotta keep everybody alive, and you're going to have to accept the fact that there are a bunch of monkeys, and they're your circus of monkeys. You're whatever, right? And to my monkeys out there, I need you to understand that your support orchestrator, your ringleader, there's no circus without them. You're just a bunch of rabbit monkeys. And the enemy team is animal control. So I need you guys to come together and do better, because this is ridiculous. Like, the problem with the role types is so bad that it spans all genres. Like, if you have a support type, especially like Apex, there's times where it's like, okay, you have a support type, cool. All right. Why the hell did you guys leave him behind? They don't have, like, you're an assault type. They don't have the means for pushing, or if you're a skirmisher, they don't have the speed, which they recently added a perk to the skirmishers so that your teammates can get to you faster, which means they recognize the fact that these assholes keep leaving their teammates in the dust.
Yeah.
And they had to fundamentally change it. Yeah. But Octane wasn't as bad, mainly because of the fact that he could put the jump pad, and then that would help you get there. So, like, he could leave that behind and he'd keep it going. But no, it's like it's the revenants, it's the ashes, the pathies, it's the mainly those three, because those are ones who have like the greatest mobility.
Or me when I'm playing Bloodhound.
Yeah, Bloodhound too, because she gets the the speed boost when she ults, and so it's just like, stop it. Vantage with the bat jump and the double jump there. Yeah. It's like, knock it off. Like, stop leaving your people behind. Or it will be like, oh, you don't leave them behind, but then you don't look out for them. If they do go down and you guys survive and you bring them back, you don't look out for them so they make sure they don't get taken out again. Because, spoiler alert, when you bring someone back in game, everybody within a 50-mile radius knows. So when you're falling from the sky, everyone with their Senti and, Mountain Dew being injected right into their eyeballs are about to hit you with the meanest headshot from down, and you're going to take damage on the way down, and then you're just there because your teammates are running off into the next POI, and you're just like, oh, okay, cool, love that for us. We need to do. People suck, and we need to do better. That's the motto of this year, and we need to improve upon ourselves as a collective, socially, so that we can make it through this year and make 2026 great again, or whatever. I don't know. I'm trying to piss off as much people as want to go.
Well, I do think you are succeeding in some forms.
In some forms, what I was saying. But as you guys know, I and Infernal do this because we enjoy all the support that we get. We love everyone who likes and comes to my profile for the TikToks. We thank everybody that views and comes in for his streams. Everyone who listens on Spotify, you're great. If you're on Apple, you're great. I know we end up in some other places too. All of y'all are great. Patreon, we have our patron that has been supporting us. It's our strong one. He's been supporting us this whole time, so shout out to him.
Thank you.
And everything that comes in the future. As update, there will not be a second episode for this week due to me celebrating my birthday week. I will be out our regular recording day, so this is why this episode's a little bit longer. There will be some other posts that pop up I like to do. There might be a stream or two somewhere in there. Like there will be the content. You just have to find it around. So be sure to follow both of our YouTubes. Mine has the main stuff for the podcast. His has all of his stuff. He has a huge library. His library is larger than our show library. So go watch all that stuff.
Honestly, I need to go through some of my YouTube playlist, because there are some where I'm just like, I don't even know why I did this. But I literally have like full gameplays of various games, mostly the Evil Within and Isolation. And I was a dumbass and playing them on the hardest difficulty. Yay. But I also have more streams on my Twitch channel. When this comes out, I should have another stream or two on there, so if you want to watch those VODs, go check them out. Should be some Phasmophobia, because there's an Easter event going on, and I'll probably get jump scared by a ghost.
Yep. So until next time, we love you, thank you, and see you then.
Bye-bye.